Hello everyone, today I'd like to talk a bit about Battlefield 1. Now if you've been with my channel for a while, you'll know that I am a massive Battlefield fan. I absolutely love the entire franchise pretty much. I got started with it with Bad Company 1 just for the single player, and then played Bad Company 2 hundreds of hours worth of multiplayer. Then went back and played the others, Vietnam and 2142 being my favorites. I didn't really get too much into Battlefield 2, and 1942 didn't hold up super well by the time I played it. I even played a bit of Battlefield Play for free back in the day, and I really played the crap out of Battlefield 4 and 3, even Hardline. I spent over 2,000 hours in Battlefield 4. Now I'm at about 45 hours for Battlefield 1, and I basically quit playing. I've already lost pretty much all interest, and I'd like to talk about why. So a lot of YouTubers who cover Battlefield, Level Cap, and people like that have talked about how there's a lot of people who are just quitting Battlefield 1 super quick. There's a lot of people in the subreddits who are like, why are people quitting Battlefield 1 so quickly? It's losing players faster than most other things. It's a really weird kind of thing. Most people don't understand why, and I'm someone who loves Battlefield, makes YouTube videos, and quit playing the game pretty much. I can give a pretty good couple reasons as to why, compared to other Battlefields, I'm simply not going to stick around for Battlefield 1 or play it anywhere near as much. I actually highly doubt I'll break the 100-hour mark with the game. Now, within saying that, at my 45-hour mark, I have unlocked every single piece of equipment in the game, outside of the puzzle pieces for the random crates, because I don't like the supply drop system in this one so much. It's not bad, I just don't like the little puzzle piece things. I don't care about that. Outside of that, everything you can unlock through actual just gameplay progression, if you can call it that, just through playing and getting the points, I have unlocked. So, keep in mind, I've unlocked everything. I've also gotten 100 kills with every weapon like I do in every Battlefield. So, now, for my issues with the game. My first problem is actually going to be with unlocks. This isn't a problem that all games have. Games like Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six, Squad, Insurgency, and things like that simply don't have this problem. Unlocks aren't something to keep me coming back to the game for those, it's just how much I enjoy the gameplay, how focused it is, and things like that. Battlefield 1 isn't that style of competitive, focused game, so I don't really get that same kind of gameplay and all that kind of feeling that I get from those other games in it, so it's not the same thing at all. For me, what keeps me going in a lot of Battlefield games is just the sense of unlocks and progression. It's what keeps me going in things like Call of Duty, is I can set a goal. Say in Battlefield 1, it was unlock everything. In Battlefield 4, also unlock everything. Then in Battlefield 4, it was get 100 kills with every gun, so I get 1 server star with all of them. And then get 500 kills with every gun, so I get all the unlocks for them. Of course, fully level up every class, unlock every weapon, we're part of that. And Battlefield 1 simply doesn't have that. Past level 3 for each kit, you've unlocked every weapon, so there's really no progression for those outside of play with them a little bit and get weapons. On top of that, there is no weapon progression. Now, earning points to unlock the guns is a sense of progression, yes, but with the fact that there aren't ways to, like, in Battlefield 4, oh, you get so many kills with a gun, you get a new sight, eventually you start getting battle packs specific to the weapon. That is simply not something that is in Battlefield 1. That was in Battlefield like 4 and Hardline and things like that. That's not in Battlefield 1, so weapon progression doesn't really exist anymore. And the kit progression too. You don't have to unlock things that you don't want to unlock. If you never want to get the grenade launchers for the medic class, because why the fuck would you? You never have to, so you just don't unlock them. It's not like, oh, I've got to work through all this stuff to get to the med kit now because the med kit's super useful. It's like, oh, I have some points, might as well buy it, and then never buy anything again for medic because nothing else is useful. I don't really like that. I understand opening it up more for people like that, but I feel like that progression system still needs to be there. This exact same system is something Call of Duty tried back in Ghost, and it completely failed for them. They had to go back to the regular unlock system of just working through everything instead of just you have the points to get something, you get it. That flat out failed for them. I don't know why Battlefield would go into this system with their newer game. Now, the classes are another thing I have an issue with, but it's not really as much of an issue. It's just that it's kind of weird to me that Engineer got renamed to Assault, and then Assault Medic got renamed to just flat out Medic, but they still function the same. Assault has submachine guns, rocket launchers, anti-tank grenades, and anti-tank weaponry in general, C4, things like that, just anti-vehicle stuff. That's an engineer. The Medic slash Assault now has the medium to longer range rifles that function decently at short range because they can be fired really fast and half of them are automatic. And then you can go ahead and, you know, heal people and have grenade launchers. It's literally just the Medic Assault from the other battlefields. The change there is unnecessary. They're nerfing support to high hell though, like they always have, and if Ammo 2.0 continues, which I'll talk about later, support will basically be the most pointless class in the game. I also don't really like how they've dumbed down who can use what. Shotguns and DMRs and carbines are something that could be used by every single class in Battlefield 4, and I understand that that wouldn't necessarily work as well in the World War I setting where you have less weaponry. However, shotguns and maybe a form of bolt-action rifle for like the infantry standard style, or one DMR per whichever group you're playing as, say German, Russian, whoever, as long as they have their own personal, like, this is their infantry designated rifle, this is their infantry designated shotgun, whatever, as long as they could have access to those weapons on the field, it would make it so you could have, everyone could always have in every kit a shotgun, a DMR, and things like that. Now, I understand why they didn't, but I feel like it could be done. Actually, I don't understand. They did it so that they could have more weapons per class when they don't even have true weapons per class because of the way they've done the variants. I really hate the weapon variants to each class as well. They went from like, oh, we have 9 guns for like assault rifle, or 9 PDWs, 9 like that, to, oh, we have 4 per class. And don't give me the variants make it up to like 12, because they don't. They simply do not. It is not a good change. Having it where I could customize out my weapons is something that I'd prefer. I feel like they dumbed down the game a significant amount, and I hate it. Honestly, I hate it. I wish they hadn't, but like, the hip fire for a lot of guns is a lot better. So like, if you use a submachine gun, hip fire is almost the only option you need to use, because it's going to be just about as accurate as aim down sights fire most of the time. There's no confusing attachments, because that's why they have the variant system now, but I actually preferred it when I could put all kinds of different attachments on whatever weapon, figuring out what worked best on that weapon platform. Now, I understand that a lot of people say, oh, World War I doesn't have that, but if you simply look at all the sights and the grips and the different things they have put on different weapons throughout the variants, you could very easily have a crap load of customization per weapon if they simply allowed it to be open and allowed you to do that. It's kind of stupid, and I really don't like it. I do prefer how battle packs are now, except for they were fine in Hardline, where it was like, oh, you get this token, you can unlock whatever attachment. I guess that wouldn't work now, so just having them be cosmetic is fine. But how you actually get them and are earned is, I'm not a fan of it, because it's almost completely random, and completely random of when you get something isn't super great. If you could have it guaranteed per level even, that wouldn't be that bad, or guaranteed per weapon class, or like a kit leveling or something like that, that'd be fine. It feels like they've dumbed down a game a lot in that. Now, I don't mean to just sit here and hamper on the game, so there are a couple things I do like about it. The battle packs are all visual, and having them all be visual is good, because having it where it's like attachments for guns that you might not want, like 4, would be bad. That would be a bad style to go back to, but having it like Hardline would be better, where it's like, oh, you can get whatever sight you want now. Oh, you can get whatever this you want now. And the graphics for the game are, of course, excellent. They all look outstanding, and I love it. The game looks beautiful, no one can deny that. But really it comes down to what would bring me back to the game as someone who has pretty much quit. Progression would be a large factor in it. I would like more things to work towards. The DLC actually brought me back for a little bit, because it had new weapons I had to work and earn and unlock. So having that actually in the game would, simply put, that would bring me back. I'd come back to the game, I'd be playing the game a lot more if it just had things for me to work through. And the DLC managed to actually bring me back for a bit. The new level 10 guns they've hinted at adding will actually bring me back even more whenever they drop. And I'll definitely work to unlock them, because that's what I want in the game, is to work to unlock things. Now, As far as future things also go, I am worried. If Ammo 2.0, the thing that will allow everyone to just regenerate all of their equipment and other ammo comes out, I'll be completely done. I will uninstall the game. I will no longer play the game at that point in time. I have friends who still play the game, and they have told me they will actually quit if that is implemented. That is not something the community wants, and I hope DICE understands that. I hope they do not implement that into the game. But outside of that, it would just take the things I've said previously to bring me back. That's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to get the reasons why I have personally quit the game out there, so everyone could understand where I'm coming from and where maybe the other people who've quit are coming from. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day.